regarding your palliative care that you're taking credit for. Round about in 1997, I saw a development application go through Pittwater Council for palliative care extension beds for 25 beds. 5 years went past, and in Pittwater Council, after 5 years, that development application lapsed. Some years later, I saw another development application come in, and that was for 20 beds. 5 years lapsed, nothing happened. Maybe you could tell everybody what the latest one is. 10 beds. So we've gone 25 to 20 to 10. I've just spent 3 months in Naringa Hospital, which is a huge palliative care, and my husband died 1 year today. So I think I can speak that palliative care at Naringa, at Wahroonga, is huge, wonderful, kind, but half full of northern beaches. I made very careful counts every night I was there for 3 months, and I slept there for 3 months. You are offering and taking credit for 10 beds. I have seen 15 patients at a time in Naringa from the northern beaches. Where are you going to put those?
Thanks, Shirley. The first thing I would say is your husband George was an amazing man, and he's truly an amazing man, and I'm very sorry for your loss and our community's loss. The second thing, you called me the Honourable. That's not a title I choose for myself, okay? So I don't use that. The third thing is I certainly don't claim credit for palliative care. In fact, I sought, in my opening statement, to acknowledge Harry's incredible work in relation to that. I talked about John Doran, I talked about Cora Adcock. To that, I'd add the incredible Peter Moore, an amazing palliative care physician who worked extraordinarily hard. Yvonne McMaster, as well, an incredible advocate for palliative care. For Joanne Steeves, who runs the palliative... Ladies and gentlemen, the reason I'm going into this is to make it very clear that these services are won by community action, okay? I do not dare to take credit for the work that others done, and I accept where you're coming from, but I wanted to make that clear. In relation to the service mix, I have no awareness of those development applications. They were certainly well before my time, and I don't know anything about it. What I do know is that there was a plan back in the early 1990s, I think it was, for a 12-bed hospice that was committed to by the government of the day. The funding was then removed when there was a change of government. A lot of money was collected, and that money stayed in a site-based scheme, so it wasn't able to be accessed until it could be re-accessed, and an outpatient palliative care, the Cora Adcock Day Hospital, was constructed. Since then, there's also been consultation on the right mix and the right number of beds and the right support for a palliative care unit. They are clinical decisions. So in relation to the number of beds, that is not a political decision. Literally, it would be inappropriate for me as local member to say, oh, I want 4 or I want 8. Ultimately, that is a decision for the clinicians, and my job is to support them and listen to them and balance that with the message I get from the local community.